This faceless YouTube channel is making over $40,000 a month just by creating and uploading YouTube shorts. And the best part is it's all done by AI. The titles, descriptions, hashtags, and content were all generated using AI. Here's one of their latest videos. As you can see, it's relatable and shareable content, and I'm going to show you how to create over 1,000 of these absolutely free in no time at all. We're going to use 2 AI tools to make this happen and automate everything. In the first tool, we're using ChatGPT. I'll put a link in the description for you, and I'll see you in a second. To access ChatGPT, head to chat.openai.com and sign up for an account. When you log in, you're going to see a screen that looks just like this. I'm going to put the exact prompt that I'm going to show you in a second right below this video along with the secondary prompt, and it's already engineered to give you exactly what we're after here. So, what I'm going to do is copy and paste that prompt in here. Let me walk you through what we have here. Basically, we are going to ask it to create 30 sets of facts, with sets being the topic, part 1, and part 2, just like you saw in the example video. I'm giving it a bunch of examples below this, and I'm also asking it to format it in a way that we can copy and paste this into our next tool, making it really easy. It's going to provide you with a table that breaks down the steps, and I've also asked it to include a variety of fact types, psychology, crush, relationship, boy, girl, and so on. This way, we're going to get a nice variety, and I've tailored it to focus specifically on relatable content for high shareability and engagement. This is exactly what we're after, and it mirrors what you typically see on YouTube and would otherwise interact with. We have our prompt that's been engineered several times. We've played around with this quite a bit, along with all our examples, so it has a sense of what we're aiming for with various variations. We're going to copy and paste it and hit send message, and we're going to let it generate. We just want to do a quick check if this is what you're after in this case, and it's precisely what we're looking for. We have column 1 with different types of facts, column 2 with the starting point, and column 3 with the end. It's going to generate 30 facts to start with. You can adjust this number, but I wouldn't go beyond 50. Somewhere between 30 and 50 is the sweet spot to get the best quality out of ChatGPT. If you ask for 100 facts or 200 facts, it may or may not provide them initially, but it may also just give you a lot of garbage because it's trying to fit a lot into one short prompt. Whereas when you ask for a smaller amount, it does focus more on quality within that. So here's the first 30. If we wanted to get to 1,000, we're just going to copy and paste the second prompt, which is this one right here. It just says, come up with 30 more using the same specifications, do not repeat the previous ones. That way, we get all unique. I won't have you sit here and watch me generate 1,000 videos worth of prompts, so we'll begin with these initial 30. However, you can certainly follow along if you're interested in generating 1,000 or even 2,000. With that in mind, let's proceed by copying everything we have here. Let's copy the entire table and move on to our next tool, Canva. We'll use Canva for some automated editing to assemble everything and create a multitude of videos simultaneously. You'll see how, with just a bit of tweaking and adjustment, we can generate 30 videos efficiently. So, now we're at canva.com. You can either click the link in the description to navigate here or visit canva.com in your browser. Once you're on the site, sign up for a free account. After you've signed up or logged in, you will see this screen. Now, what we're going to do is click the search bar in the middle and type in YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, or TikTok, depending on your platform. Then, we'll select the YouTube Shorts template and choose Create Blank Template. To prepare this template for automated video creation, we're going to perform several tasks. We'll add a background video, insert text placeholders for our topic, part 1 text, and part 2 text, and finally, import all of our data. The first step is to add a video background. Click on Apps in the bottom left corner, then scroll down a bit until you find Videos. You can also search for it in the search bar. Once you've located it, click on Videos. In the search bar, type something like beach or sunset or any similar ambient nature scenes, just like what you saw in the example. Let's go with sunset. Choose a video from the available options. Some of them have a little crown icon. For actual bulk creation, you'll need to set up a free trial. You can set up the trial and then immediately cancel it, and you'll still be able to use it. That's the recommended approach if you don't have your free trial activated yet. You may also see videos without any additional symbols, like this one, indicating they are free to use. This one, in particular, is probably the one I would recommend, although this one could also work well as an ambient background that won't interfere with the text or draw too much attention. What we're going to do is, once you found the video you like, click on it and drag it to the edge of your editor window. This will make it fill the entire background of your editing window, which is precisely what we want. So, if I release my mouse cursor here, you can see it's applied as a background video. Now, we just need to prepare it for text placement. To do that, we'll first make it much shorter because 1 minute is excessively long for our needs. We only really need a 6-second video. We'll also ensure that any additional background noise or music that's already part of this video doesn't carry forward. To shorten it, click on the little cut icon here and drag it down to 6 seconds. I believe that's a sufficient length. If you prefer, you can also type 6 seconds directly. I'll remove that extra duration, hit done, and now we have a 6-second video, down from a 60-second video. The final step is to remove any audio or background noise. Click on the video, then click the volume icon, and drag it all the way down to mute it. Now, let's move on to adding our text before connecting it to our data to fully automate the creation process. Go to the Text section. Drag any of these text titles because we'll make some adjustments. This first text will be for the topic. I'll replace the existing text with topic and drag it to the top, positioning it where I want it. Next, I'll style it. To do that, I'll double-click to highlight everything, click on Color at the top, change it to white, and add a background, as you saw in the example. Click on Effects, go to the background, and if it's not already black, select the color black. Click out of that, and you'll see our topic text is ready to go. I'll also change the font because I think this one could look better. I'll try this one, which doesn't look too bad. I like it. I'll use that font, but feel free to choose any font you prefer. There are plenty to choose from, and if you're using the free trial, you can even upload your own fonts or explore the Google Font Library, which offers numerous options. So, pick the one you like best. We're going to duplicate this text element by clicking on it, then drag it down, and it will serve as our Part 1 text. I'll double-click on it and replace the text with Part 1 for clarity. I'll remove the background by clicking on the text element, going to Effects, and selecting None for the background style. However, I'll add an outline because, as you can see, it's already challenging to read with just the background. I'll click Outline, choose black as the color, and increase the thickness to about 90, making it much easier to read. That's what we want for the text. Now, we have our Part 2 text. To create it, we'll click on Part 1 text, then click Duplicate and drag it down. Change the text to Part 2. While we do want it to eventually appear in the same place as Part 1, leaving it there initially would make it challenging to connect the data. You'll see what I mean in a moment. There's one last thing to do for both sets of text, because they might be quite long, whereas the topic is typically short, just 2 words. The text in Part 1 and Part 2 can be lengthy, depending on what ChatGPT provided. For each of these purple boxes, Part 1 text and Part 2 text, we're going to click and drag from their edges to align them with the purple outline that encompasses the entire video. This creates a box around the video, ensuring that when text is inserted, it aligns with these lines but doesn't spill over the video's edge. It will flow into line 2, line 3, line 4, and so on, preventing text from becoming unreadable at the video's edge. Let's get this one to the edge as well. Now, our template is almost ready for connecting our data. One last thing, we don't want both sets of text to appear simultaneously. Part 1 should precede Part 2, as it contains the hook and Part 2 delivers the punchline. So, we need to adjust the timing to prevent overlap. To do that, right-click on Part 1 and select Show Timing. This opens a timeline view at the bottom where you can click on the edge and drag it to determine when the first part of text should appear and when the second part should be displayed. For a 6-second video, it's typically a good practice to have most of the video show the first part and a shorter segment display the second part. This way, if it's a lengthy explanation, viewers may need to watch the video twice to get the full fact. This approach allows you to achieve higher overall retention and watch rates, consequently expanding the reach of your videos. For the Part 1, we'll leave it at 3.5 seconds, but you can adjust it to 4 or 5 seconds as desired. I find 3.5 seconds to be suitable. We'll do the same for Part 2. When I click on it, you can see the timing here. I'm going to change it to appear at 2.5 seconds. There we go, so Part 1 will display and then cut to Part 2. We'll see this in action when we connect our data. Now, let's proceed to connect all of our text. To do that, we'll use a Canva tool called Bulk Create. To access it, click on Apps in the bottom left, and you'll find it right where you found Videos. If you can't locate Bulk Create, you can use the search bar. When you click on it, it will prompt you to enter all your data. This is why we requested ChatGPT to provide text in a table format, allowing us to easily copy and paste it in. Canva recognizes these as distinct sets of text to connect topics, Part 1s, and Part 2s. Let's head to ChatGPT and copy this table and go into Canva. Click Enter Data manually, and then select the first column in the top left. Paste in all our text, and it's automatically formatted correctly, identifying topics, Part 1s, and Part 2s. Click Done. Now, it will prompt you to connect this data to specific elements in your editor, indicating where to display this information. Right-click on Topic and connect the data to Topic. Do the same for Part 1 and Part 2. Now that this is connected, drag Part 2 back over Part 1, because we want both sets of text to appear in the same place. They will display one for 3.5 seconds and then switch to the other for the last 2.5 seconds. Next, click Continue, and when it generates, it will create all 30 videos. Click Generate, and it will create each of these videos. Let's go ahead and start that process now. Here are our 30 videos. If I click Play, you can see that it displays the first part and then the second part. This applies to all of them. Now, we're ready to export these videos. You can upload them to platforms like YouTube or TikTok, depending on your content's target platform. Click Share and then Download. Ensure you select Download Pages as separate files. This will give you 30 separate videos, ready for use. We've accomplished all of this with the help of AI and a bit of automation, making it all possible. Repeat this process as many times as necessary to create thousands of videos. That's all there is to it for generating thousands of YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, Facebook Reels, and TikTok videos using AI and a touch of automation. You don't need to be a professional video editor or possess advanced skills to make this work. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new so we can keep producing more content like this. Until next time, cheers!